U.S. massive military reform, standby for war against China. The United States U.S. has announced that it will reform the First Fleet in the Navy. Marine Fleet will massively visit the Western Pacific and Indian Ocean regions. Reporting from the MediaExpress.co.uk, President Donald Trump's Navy Secretary, Kenneth Braithwaite, announced that the Maritime Fleet would be responsible for maritime security for Southeast Asia and the Indian Ocean. The South China Sea, LCS, and the Strait of Malacca are one of them. To improve our posture in the Indo-Pacific, we will reorganize the First Fleet, assigning it primary responsibility for the Indo and South Asia region as an expeditionary fleet, he was quoted as saying Friday, the 12th of April 2020. This will reassure our partners and allies of our presence and commitment in the region while ensuring any potential adversary knows that we are committed to a global presence to ensure the rule of law and freedom of the seas. According to Derek Grossman, senior defense analyst at the Rand Corporation, the move was directed at China, the U.S.'s main rival in the Pacific theater. In addition, he claimed that the U.S. would collaborate with several countries around the region to smooth its plan to protect maritime communication lines from the threat of Chinese interference. It would make sense to increase patrols in the region, in cooperation with India, but also with like-minded countries, Australia and Japan, he said. Tensions between China and the U.S. have risen dramatically during Trump's 4 years as president. The two superpowers have clashed over trade, the coronavirus, human rights, Hong Kong, Taiwan, and the SCS. Beijing has claimed 80% of sovereignty over most of the SCS. This claim is based on the 9-line overlapping Southeast Asian countries, such as Malaysia, Vietnam, the Philippines, and Brunei. It is feared that this will lead to a major war. In this conflict, the U.S. said it would help the countries in conflict with China to narrow China's control over the sea areas rich in natural products. In fact, in 2018, the U.S. Navy ships had a direct confrontation with Chinese combat ships. Meanwhile, on the Taiwan issue, Beijing claims that Taiwan is part of the country. This claim is flatly rejected by Washington, which shares the same ideology as the island region. Historically, the U.S. Navy's First Fleet last served in 1973. The re-establishment of the Navy demonstrates the enormous U.S. interest in this highly developed region. Currently, the U.S. has 6 fleets, each based around specific areas to deal with specific threats. According to ABC News, it is hoped that many of the vessels for the new fleet will come from the 7th Fleet operating outside Japan. Meanwhile, Singapore is being looked at as the headquarters of the First Fleet.